Deadpool and Wolverine continues to take records down. The latest is one that was held by John Wick 4. If you haven't seen John Wick 4, it's an outstanding film. And it had the biggest streaming and digital presence for any R-rated film ever when it hit digital platforms. Well, in just 1 week, Deadpool and Wolverine has toppled it and shows no signs of slowing down. When it comes to R-rated films, there's always a barrier that's attached to them, and sort of like, this is the goal it hits that we set, and there's no way it moves past it, because it's R-rated, and typically, that's the easiest type of film, well, outside of like adult-rated films, you know, or horror films that could push an A rating or an adult rating that could then skew to things, but specifically R-rated is like the top of the tier when you get to how violent you can go and still keep it in theaters and, you know, make tons of money. Deadpool and Wolverine, of course, has already set tons of records worldwide for what it's done, including the biggest R-rated film of all time. So when it hit digital platforms, we're talking, you know, PlayStation, Xbox, iTunes, Amazon, wherever you could rent it. In the first week of it being available, they have now confirmed that it set a brand new record topping the previous record held by John Wick 4. Now, we don't have exact numbers. These are typically not provided for quite a long time, sometimes never. But again, we know that digital has become the dominant form of consumption. You know, we're seeing physical slowly start to fade. In video games, it's become like 70-30. 70 digital, 30 physical. In films, reportedly, from what I've seen, it's closer to like an 80-20 and might be even higher. It just makes sense. You know, us collectors are sort of, well, we're fossils at this point, if we want a physical copy of a film, I guess, you know? So, this is not surprising. A lot of people didn't want to wait for Disney Plus. People wanted to watch this film. Some people skipped the theater and heard so many good things about it, they were like, screw it, I'll just buy it for $25 when it's out and I'll watch it to my heart's content. And that's what they're doing. Now this, as some people are trying to spin this as, is not a war of John Wick versus Deadpool. It's a war of, look at what R-rated films can do if it just pulls in the right audience. John Wick 4 is an absolute, like, masterpiece of a film. All four of the John Wick films really are. So, you know, don't think of this as a war. Think of it as, hey, look at how good R-rated films are doing, especially films that us nerds really love. Have people realized that nerds have become the dominant force of making money in every industry?